Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we are continuing on the Camry rebuild. So we started last time, we removed a few things. So today we are just following up on that. I think I am just going to work on removing the bumper today and whatever else comes off with that. And the reason I say and whatever else comes with that is because I don't know exactly what needs to be removed in order for the front bumper to come off. There's not really much information about this car online. I mean, I think it makes sense because it's that old. And there are these old manuals that I don't have, so that's not really helpful for me. So I think I'm just gonna have to guess today, just make kind of like educated guesses on what needs to come off. Maybe we need to jack up the car and remove the wheels, maybe the fenders. I'm not sure yet, but either way, we'll figure out along the way. Once we remove the bumper, then we can take a better look at the damage, kind of like that part underneath, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and start with that, and I'll update you guys along the way. All right, so taking a look a little bit further here, I think what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna remove the wheels. I don't know if I have to remove the wheels, but I'm just gonna do it anyway, just so I can have a bit more access. There are a few bolts down here that I see towards this area, so that'll be great once I have the wheels off. And then I also noticed that there are some nuts right here. So the same thing goes for the driver's side, and there are also some bolts here towards the bottom. So I don't know if that's it. I'll start off with that. Then we'll see if the bumper comes off, or I'll let you know what else I find. And of course, we all know when working on our cars, there's always like extra steps, extra bolts, just hidden things. That's exactly what happened here, but it hasn't been too bad. It pretty much has been everything that I've told you, for a few more bolts here and there. And the bumper is loose, which I'll show you guys in a minute, but it does have more bolts. So I think once we get those off, then we can finally take this bumper off. And honestly, I'm not surprised that there's more bolts, because why would it be that easy? But at the same time, I'm like, why? So it's loose here on both sides, and here's pretty loose as well. So same for this side too. Now, the only issue is obviously it's still not coming off. So I took a look over here, and it seems like I'm gonna have to remove this fog light, because there's some bolts under here which I can't get to unless I remove this, which either way, this was something that obviously just by looking at it, I needed to replace, I needed to remove. I just didn't think it would have to come off with the bumper, but it makes sense. So I'm gonna have to do that for both fog lights so I can get to those bolts. And also it seems like I'm gonna have to remove this grill as well in order to get to some bolts. So I think, fingers crossed, that once I get that off, then that bumper should come off. So let's go ahead and do that, and then hopefully next time I talk to you guys, the bumper is off of the Camry. And the bumper is now off, so yay. So a few things. I was so amazed by how light that bumper was, just because I'm used to the Shelby. I'd rather take off this bumper any day. I mean, it was a piece of cake compared to the Shelby because it was so light. It was a piece of cake. The Shelby is so heavy, and honestly I feel like it's a bit more complicated for no reason. So this one was pretty good. Of course, there were just, you know, more hidden bolts, nuts, which about that, it's kind of like annoying and kind of like a good thing. The annoying thing is that of course there's hidden ones, but I mean, that's normal. Just some of them on there were pretty hard on there, so they were seized and some of them broke. I mean, what's new here with this car? Over 30 years old. But the good thing, the thing that I was like, wow, amazed, I did not expect that, but maybe I should have, is that everything here that I did today was just using one size that is 10 mil. So that was so convenient, just having to worry about one size and not having to think about, oh, what size is this, what's this, just like these other modern cars like the Shelby and such. So that was nice. So I'm so glad that the bumper is off. That is it for today. We are going to continue this one on the next video, but let me show you the bumper, how it looks. So here's the bumper. Let me show you how light it is. I can lift this with one hand. I can never do that with the Shelby bumper. If you guys remember that video and how I had to use like a bucket and I just had to engineer a few things to remove that bumper, which was, I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to do it again. But here's how the Camry looks now without a bumper. So this is how it's going to stay until we continue on to the next video. Now that the bumper is off, I am glad that we're finally able to do that. I'd say that pretty much it's easy. It's just a few inconveniences there with the nuts and bolts. I mean, a few of them being hidden, but most of them, those that were pretty hard on there that broke. But either way, it's good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys on the next one.